Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we're here with something a little bit different. Now quickly before we dive into this, I just want to say a massive thank you to EA for partnering up on today's video. As you've probably been able to tell by the title, we are going to be testing out the all new 2023 Alfa Romeo C43, but this one is going to come with a slight bit of difference to most people that you've seen, because I can already see the comments coming in going, Matt, I've already seen other people making a video on this. Today there was a bit different here on the Matt212 channel. Now, I was going to get this video sorted out at the end of last week when you would have seen everyone else loading it up, but I've been a bit busy over the weekend. Yes, finally, I know a lot of you have been asking or telling me and things like that. I've finally built a new sim rig. Well, I say I've built, my dad and I, mainly my dad, built a new sim rig ready for F1 2023. I've got new pedals as well, so hopefully some semi-decent starts are going to be coming your way in the near future. I'm going to sort of do a full dedicated video to this, you know, I'm going to do a 2023 updated setup video when I've got everything sorted, but I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you for the continued support. Of course, you know, it's you guys that watch these videos that mean that obviously I'm able to buy this sort of thing as well, so I cannot thank you guys enough. So yeah, hopefully, you know, it's going to explain why we've got sort of a different scenario around us then. But yeah, the all-new Sauber C43, we're going to be taking it to the Bahrain Grand Prix, of course, ready for the real-life GP this weekend. You guys can play with this car at the moment. All you have to do is head over into Time Trial, and then you can see F1 2023 preview there in the beautiful all-new Sauber C43. I'll give you guys a bit of a quick look round, of course. You know, I personally do, you know, I've said this before, probably one of my favourite liveries as we head into 2023. Sauber, Alfa Romeo and Mercedes are the only two teams I think that have really nailed the naked carbon on the new cars ready for the new season. But of course, you know, I didn't just want to do a couple of laps around this track in this car. I thought today we'd kind of make it a bit of a setup hot lap guide as well for the Bahrain GP circuit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a fairly slow lap. You know, we can talk through braking points and things like that for those of you that are struggling with this venue. And then I'll do a few laps and just show you guys the quickest one I'm able to do. And then we'll show you the setup at the end of the video as well there. So timestamps will be linked down below. Let's get into this. Right, let's go for a lap then around the Bahrain GP circuit. Like I said, what we'll do is we'll do a nice slow lap, show you guys, you know, where you want to be braking, where you want to be turning in, and things to be careful about on this circuit, and then we'll show you a fast lap with it all hooked up together then. So on the run down towards turn one of the fastest parts of the circuit, you want to be aiming to be hitting the brakes pretty much just at the start of that curb there. You can brake if you're feeling really brave, or you're on a fresh set of tyres there at about the 100-metre board. Second or third gear on the way, and you want to be getting back up to fourth though on the exit. Really, really careful through turn two there. You can use the curbing on the outside as you go through the kink that is turn three, but often what you find is you'll get a lot of wheel spin as you're trying to shift the weight over. Braking for turn four just after the 100-metre board as you get onto that curbing, and then again want to take the apex nice and tidy there. Careful of the bump on the exit and try to get out to that outside curb off the corner. Keep it on the left-hand side in through the next couple of corners there. You want to be taking, again, a nice bit of curb on the way in. Try and clip the apex through the second part as well there. But often, I still recommend avoiding that curb on the outside. This corner, near impossible to really spot a braking point. There's actually a slight change of the angle of the white line on the right-hand side of the circuit. That's kind of my reference, but honestly, you've really just got to work out what works for you. Turn 9 and 10, the most difficult corners on the lap. Got to be really, really careful. You scrub off a bit of speed through the first part, get down the gears, try and clip the apex through the second, and then really try and straight line the exit there. Open up the DRS, but avoid wheel spin at all costs. You've got another chance to breathe, though. The second half of the lap, not as complicated as the first there. Braking into here just at that dark blue marker at about 80 metres. Turn the car in, try to avoid the curbing on the exit. It'll only drag you wide, and get the car back over to the left-hand side as you head up the hill. Through here, just about flat out. If you clip that curb on the inside, though, you probably will need to lift, otherwise you'll be sent into a spin. And then just as the angle of that outside curb tries to cut in a bit more to the left-hand side, you want to try and turn in there, of course. Open up the car on the exit, keep it over on the left-hand side, down in towards the final corner of the lap, all the way back up through the gears. Again, through here, I'm pretty much braking at the start of the curb in there. You can use the curb on the outside on the entry, but again, I'd say avoid it on the exit there. It's a bit too bumpy. Activate the DRS once again, and that'll be a lap of the Bahrain GP circuit. One of those tracks where it's easy to learn but difficult to master. There are quite a few bumps and nuances around this venue that really will change things up on the way you have to drive. Monitoring the wheel spin through turn 2 as well, and of course the cadence braking into turn 9 and 10 certainly do make this place quite a unique challenge that tests a lot of different aspects of your driving. But I tell you what, when you get a lap hooked up around here, it is really, really satisfying. Speaking of which, let's show you that all hooked up in one go. Out of the final corner then, up towards the start-finish line. It's going to be about a 1 minute 29.1 there, so not a particularly bad time set by myself. Perhaps I ought to set you guys a challenge, see if you can beat that lap on your F1 22 game. Of course, like I said, new pedals, still getting used to the brake, a couple of snags in a couple of places there. But let's go have a look then at the setup I've ran for this one. Of course, Bahrain can be quite difficult to try and set up the car. Of course, you want a lot of heavy braking on the front in a lot of places, but often as well around this lap. You know, low downforce, definitely a must, but you still want to be trying to hang it on through Sector 2 there. Throttle differential, I don't really change much between circuits, 60-55 there. Suspension geometry, again, it's not another one that I change particularly often, but I know other people do like to mix things up. That's just what works for me. Suspension, of course, it's becoming more and more bumpy. You know, F1, if you watched winter testing, they were mentioning the Shropshire tarmac that they used to build this circuit. It's never been resurfaced since 2004, when the race first took place in real-life Formula 1 there, so near enough 20 years this track has been used for. So it is getting a little bit bumpy, so I've got to be careful in a couple of spots there. Brake pressure, 100% and 50%. It's just what everyone, I think, runs on F1 at 22 there. I mean, some people do like to bring the brake bias a bit more forward. Personally, I don't think around this track, mainly for turn 9 and 10, that it's particularly worth it there. And then that's just the tyre pressures I run as standard on F1 22. But thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure you leave a like. Get yourself subscribed as well. Once again, a massive thank you to EA for partnering up on this video. But yeah, looking forward to making more and more content now. Like I said, fixed pedals. Hopefully I can improve on my starts. And yeah, really, really looking forward to 2023. Of course, the real-life Formula 1 season ahead of us. We're 1,000 just over subscribers away from 100k. So if you're not already, please do click that big red button below, and we'll be back very, very soon with more F1 content.